Rich's police family will never forget him or allow him to be forgotten. The generations of children at the St. Athanasius Immaculate Conception School will have this plaque to show that a hero police officer is part of their lives. Rich Lendell, a son, a brother-in-law, a sailor, Philadelphia police officer, a partner to King, accomplished many things in life. He is also a hero in our eyes, and this plaque will serve as a reminder of that forever. I'd like to ask Deputy Commissioner Richard Ross to come forward for his remarks, please.
Thank you and good morning. On behalf of Commissioner Ramsey and the entire department, we offer the family our condolences. You know, we can only hope that God gives you comfort in your time of loss. What we do know is that we are always be here for you. Please know that while this ceremony is designed to commemorate his service to this great city, it's also a celebration of his life, a life that we're certain brought you joy, many fond memories, and you know, those memories that'll give you smiles, make you laugh sometimes, maybe it'll help you get through some of the tougher times. So as you look around, you see this fine showing, this gathering that you have here today. I think it's just indicative of the fact that he will never be forgotten, you know, and that's not just rhetoric. I mean, it's a beautiful showing that the children here, all the officers here, you see all of them, they don't have to be here. They're here of their own volition because they believe in this program, a program that we commend Jimmy Benz and the FOP for. So we just want you to always know that we will always remember you, we will remember him, and we'll be here for all of you. Okay? God bless, God keep you all. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd like to ask District Attorney Seth Williams to come forward for his remarks, please.
Good morning. Good morning. I say good morning. Good morning. Outstanding. On behalf of the 600 men and women of the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office, I, of course, want to humbly share my condolences with the Lendell family. Every day, the Assistant District Attorneys and my staff work, you know, hand in glove, hand in hand with all the men and women of the Philadelphia Police Department. So we're united in life, and today we stand united in death as well. And as Commissioner Ross said, we want you to know, and all the police officers know, that we'll always be together and supportive of one another. But I'm very glad to be here. Usually they let me talk for 2 minutes. But I'm going to take a little more time today. Is that all right, Bob?
Absolutely.
Because we're here with these school students. And I have something in common with them. They might not know it. Do you know Sister Joan Almeyer? Who is Sister Joan? She was my principal too. Can you believe that? I saw her face. People can't believe it. It's true. When I went to St. Carthage, she was my principal. I had a full head of hair back then. And it's appropriate that I say that because I want the young students, I'm very proud that the FOP and Jimmy Benz have, in the school, in the church, in the past, have allowed this plaque to be placed here. So that these students and students in future generations can see that a hero lived amongst us. People talk about Philadelphia Phillies and Eagles being heroes. I don't know if we will say that this season, but our real heroes are the police officers and the firefighters. But I want to take a little extra time just to share a quick story with the students I think is appropriate since we're here at St. Athanasius. How many of you have been confirmed already? How many of you are studying for confirmation? Okay. Well, I was confirmed. You're studying for confirmation, member of the family? Okay. And why I think it's appropriate is I had to study, and for those of you who aren't Catholic, confirmation is when you become an adult in the eyes of the church. And you do all this studying because the bishop or the cardinal, am I right, Father, comes to the church and asks every student a question. And you've got to get the right answer. I think they'll ordain you now anyway if you get the wrong answer. But you study for months, like 12 possible questions that the cardinal's going to ask. So I studied because I didn't want Sister Joan to hit me with this ruler. She hit people with back then. They don't do that anymore. but my hands are still like kind of don't open all the way right now. And so I was worried about Sister Joan. I was worried about my mother being mad at me. And it was my turn. It was the evening in the church. The cardinal was there. And he said, "Seth, my son, who are the saints?" So I've been studying this for months. I should know the answer. But I started sweating. I looked at all these people. I'd never seen so many people in the church before, and I had to answer the question. And I said, they're the people that the light shines through. As soon as I said it, I put my head down. I knew my mom was going to wear me out when I got home, and Sister Joan was going to hit me with a ruler. And I looked back up, and the cardinal said, "Yes, my son, you're right." I was like, this must be a joke. How did I get this right? I said, they're the people the light shines through. He said, they are the people the light shines through. Like in this church and at my church, there are beautiful stained glass windows. And all I know is I see the saints all around, and they're like the light comes through the church through these windows, right? Right, students? Got great stained glass windows with all the saints around the windows? And that's who they are. The saints are people just like us, through whom God's light shines through to do extraordinary things, great things. But they're people just like us. They weren't born special. Made all the same mistakes that we did. But they did great things for God and for community, just like these police officers. They're saints. Officer Lendell was a saint because he allowed God to work through him every day trying to save people. And it was in trying to serve his community that he gave his life. So every day when you come out and you'll say the prayer to St. Michael, you know, come by and touch this plaque and think that there are great people, heroes and saints that are Philadelphia police officers serve us every day. And when other people are saying bad things, you remember that police officers are on your side. And I'd ask that all of you remember and keep Officer Lendell and his family in your prayers, and all of the men and women of the Philadelphia Police Department. Thank you.
I'd like to now introduce the founder of the Hero Plaque Program, Jimmy Binns.
It's an honor to be here in the presence of the Lendell family to dedicate the Hero Plaque in memory of our fallen hero. And now this plaque will be here forever, and his name will be woven into the fabric of the folklore of the city of Philadelphia. This is our 104th plaque dedication in memory of a Philadelphia police officer. It's our 246th plaque, Hero Plaque, that we've dedicated throughout the Delaware Valley. And so this program is meant not only to pay homage to your loved one and to show respect to you and all of your extended members of your family, but also to demonstrate to our police officers in uniform and in plain clothes that, as Deputy Commissioner Ross said and Bob Ballantyne, we'll always be there for you, and all you have to do is pick up the phone. The plaque program is a amalgamation of people throughout the city of Philadelphia. The mayor, the police commissioner, the fire commissioner, and all of the members of the police force. And as the deputy commissioner said to you, you can just look around and see that everybody showed up on their own, of their own volition. And what this today represents is a fabulous civics lesson for these students that are here. They'll never learn more about what it means to be a great citizen and a true hero than what they're seeing today. And this particular neighborhood is a neighborhood that has been served by our Philadelphia police force with the loss of many lives. I mean, right off the top of my head, you had Chuck Cassidy and John McPolowski and Officers Duffin and Reed, and police deputy commissioner could run through many more. But I mean, this is a hotbed of police activity throughout our city, and I forgot to mention Bob Hayes and John Moranowitz, who has been in a wheelchair since 1993. He was shot twice when his partner Bob Hayes was killed. So we have to pay homage to these heroes because any one of them could have the same fate befall them as has happened to Officer Lendell. One of the mainstays of our partnership are the plaque sponsors. And today's plaque sponsor is Bob Ballantyne, who has a definite connection to this plaque, and which he will explain to you. And I think that what we should do now is, because we have this assemblage here, is to pull out one of our little people back here. And I would leave it to Father, if we could just bring out one of our students. And it's never too early to get a start on recruiting. So we have Deputy Commissioner Ross here, who is going to pin the badge on our newest recruit. What's your name, son? Damien, what's your last name? Damien Alexander is now being recruited officially for the Philadelphia Police Department by Deputy Commissioner Ross, who's going to swear him in.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. Say, I promise
I promise
to obey
to obey
my parents,
my parents,
to always do well in school,
to always do well in school,
and always remember
and always remember
that I'm a winner.
that I'm a winner.
All right.
I believe that was symbolically for all the students of and children present from St. Athanasius Immaculate Conception, and also members of the Lendell family, a symbolic swear-in for all of you. As Jimmy introduced me, I'm the plaque sponsor. In 2004, when we started the joint program for the plaques, I knew immediately that I wanted to sponsor this plaque. I was the assigned detective to the death of, I wanted to do this straight, but I think I'm going to get misty here. I'm assigned detective to the death of Richard Lendell. And there's a lot of backstory to this about, it was very difficult to get it service connected, but we, through the voices on paper of the Philadelphia police officers who had responded here, it was clear that it had to be service connected. So that night when I came to work and we got that phone call at Northwest Detectives that a police officer had died, myself and the other members of Northwest Detectives, our supervision, which included Sylvester Johnson, who was my sergeant, and Jack O'Leary, who was my lieutenant, and other members of Northwest Detectives here, and of course the 35th District and other 14th District officers who had responded. It was clear that their voices had to be heard. And when the report was completed, it was kind of large, but it gave a great picture of what had happened with Rich Lendell, that Rich Lendell was a hero, and that it was clearly service connected, and in fact it was. So like I said, when it was determined that we would start these plaques, and we should have done it a long time ago, it was clear that I would be the sponsor of this plaque. So I would like to welcome the Lendell family here. Carol, I've spoken to you over the years, Joe, and